Getting myself some goldenrod tea before I go. It's just about to rain me out of this campsite. That's what I like. Up near Prescott, Arizona, gathering goldenrod to make goldenrod tea, which is a really good tea substitute.
Here I am, once again, wishing I was holding your hand. I contemplate, am I too late? How many times, how many ways do I have to say I care until you're here? How many ways, how many times do I have to say I care until you're here?
There are quite a few species of goldenrod growing all over Arizona, up in the higher altitudes. Well, let's say this particular one would probably be sparse-flowered goldenrod, which grows between the altitudes of 2,000 and 8,500 feet. But goldenrod also grows all over America. In fact, after the Boston Tea Party, the New Englanders used to use goldenrod as their substitute for tea by just making an infusion exactly the same way you would make an infusion of tea. And here is something that looks to me like a different species of goldenrod. It's not sparse flower. When making an infusion of goldenrod tea, garble the leaves from the stems and throw in the flowers for good measure. And it's actually pretty good green too, if you didn't take the time to dry it. Although if you're going to use it for medicinal uses, then drying it will be more useful. This species has leaves similar to alpine goldenrod, and it has a flower head that's similar to Missouri goldenrod. So I'm in Cupper's Coffee House in Prescott, reading a website about goldenrod tea. There's an article called Healing Benefits of Goldenrod Tea by Kathy Lambert. And I'm going to tell you what she writes about the medicinal uses. Goldenrod is an herbal diuretic, carminative, and diaphoretic. A diuretic is used to eliminate water from the body, a carminative is used to dispel gas, and a diaphoretic is used to make the body sweat. The Native Americans have been using goldenrod for centuries. They knew of its medicinal benefits long before the settlers came to America. They used the leaves for gastrointestinal disorders. The flowers were made into a tea and used to treat colic. The flowers were also made into a strong brew to treat disorders of the urinary tract and also dropsy or edema. Natives used the Canadian species as a poultice for bruises and wounds. Sometimes a strong infusion was used to wash the wounds before applying the poultice. This helped heal the wound quickly. Today, herbalists use goldenrod much in the same way the Native Americans did. It is used to alleviate gastrointestinal issues such as gas and bloating, as well as to promote sweating to help break a fever during a cold or flu. It is also used to help treat kidney stones. It helps to break down the stones in the urinary tract. Other uses for goldenrod. Fiber artists who work with sheep, wool, and other animal fibers, as well as textile fiber artists, can use the flowers of the goldenrod plant as a natural dye. It turns the wool an off golden or brownish color depending on the mordant that is used. The flowers can be dried and ground into 50-50 mix with white or whole wheat flour. The blossoms can also be fried up in a light batter and eaten as fritters. Cautions: if you are allergic, stay clear of using this herb. It should be avoided by pregnant women, as every herb must be, apparently. If you have heart issues or high blood pressure, it is best to avoid. And don't take with other diuretic medications. This can lead to the body losing too much water. These dried out yesterday just from having them hanging up in the car. Today, 2 days, 2 full days, they're really dry. They're perfect. The mystery goldenrod species, of course, is the one I'm going to try first. I'm going to try it right now. This herb is very aromatic. It would almost be potpourri if it didn't also smell a little bit like hay. And score.
Contemplate misunderstandings. Such a rough ride, all those crash landings, and I contemplate, am I too late? How many times, how many ways do I have to say I care until you're here? How many ways, how many times do I have to say I care? I'll say it until you hear.